Welcome to the webinar on how to build a powerful and impactful resume by T. Harish Kumar sir from Bangalore. Welcome to the all participants. Welcome to the members of IEEE Hyderabad section. And I thank the HODs, principal and management of Shreyas Institute of Engineering and Technology for their kind support to organize these webinars in this pandemic time. And I would like to thank the members of all societies and EXCOM of IEEE Shreyas student branch. Thank you. Harish Kumar sir, over to you.
Sure. Thank you, Mysura. Even I thank the management and the principal and all the students of Shreyas Institute of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad. So it's my pleasure to be here for a webinar presentation. The topic building a powerful and impactful resume to get noticed and accelerate your career. Okay. So telling about myself, my name is Harish Kumar T. I'm from Bangalore. So currently I'm running a, startup on recruitment in recruitment space called Classic Works. So we focus on campus recruitments, lateral hiring, and leadership hiring, and other areas of recruitment. Okay. So when the do the talking for you, so your resume need not aesthetically pleasing. Having said that, the bare minimum is to have one that doesn't look dull and boring. Okay. So with a decent looking resume and complementing skills, you not only score high in the mind of the interviewer, but you can also earn a chance to sell yourself. You are out of the hot seat the minute the interviewer realizes that you are trying to fake your skill set. Ensure you don't lie on your resume, right? So this webinar throws light on building a rockstar resume to find your dream job. It also covers few tips on how to crack your next interview. Okay. So guys, are you with me?
Sir, good morning. Sir.
Hello.
Sir.
Hello.
Yeah, knock out.
Yes, thank you. Shruti has replied yes. Okay. So I hope everyone are able to listen to me and there is no any glitch in the audio. Okay. So in order to have a glitch-free resume, you need to be proactive first. Some of us are neither good at selling ourselves nor at building a resume that's gonna get us a job right away. But the least we could do is to be proactive. So to be a bit proactive to design your resume so that you can find your dream job. So in that case, you need to have the necessary skills for your dream job. If you don't have those necessary skills for your dream job, you need to take an online course to upgrade your skill set. Okay. So if you're not networking enough with your colleagues or your friends or your teammates, you need to start networking with them. Okay. So you can attend industry networking events, workshops, summits, etc. So so you need to be like a unicorn. Okay. So if you're not a unicorn, please try to be one. Build different projects, cultivate new hobbies, and try to get yourself a chance to stand out. See, guys, in this competitive market, okay, so everyone are in the race of getting their dream job or reaching their goals. So in order to be unique and in order to get your dream job, you need to be a little bit proactive, and you need to stand out of the crowd where you can get your dream job and you can reach your goals. Okay. Uh, so interviewers fall in love with people who hustle, okay, for their passion. During all this hustle, you naturally build your profile. Okay, when I say profile, it's obviously your resume. Okay, so you need to sell yourself. Okay, selling in the sense that I don't mean literally selling, but you need to what can say you can advertise yourself. You need to sell your skills, your unique uh, uh, skills to the interviewers so that they'll choose you among the crowd.
నేనైతే ఫార్వర్డ్
So
చేశాను
it's
సార్.
definitely when
మీరు
you're
ఒక్కసారి మరి
when
మీతో
you're
ఛాన్స్
job
అందులో
hunting,
పెడితే
you need to prepare your pitch for the interview.
అయితే ఓకే సార్, పెరగవచ్చు.
So you got to understand that it's not
27
you,
సార్.
it's you're fighting for yourself. Okay, so you're fighting for
Yeah,
your own
yes.
uh, uh, family, or you're fighting for your own survival. Okay, so make a list of your best qualities, skills, achievements, and shoot them at the interviewer with confidence and humility. So in short, be the storyteller of your story. Okay, so finding the right time to sell yourself is equally important. So you can't sell sweaters in a desert, and that too on a bright sunny day. Okay, so you need to understand where to sell yourself, how to sell yourself, which are all the events available in front of you. Okay, so the right platform is very much important to sell yourself, as in you need to attend the interviews. Okay, you need to attend the webinars like this, and once you're prepared, you shoot your skills and your capabilities in front of the interviewer. Okay, so this was a bit of the introduction part. So in this uh, uh, presentation, I'll cover few tips and techniques to build a powerful and impactful resume. I'll give a powerful techniques where you can build your uh, rock star resume so that you can stand out of the crowd. Okay, so once again, I think you are able to see my screen, everyone. So let's start. I've divided the session into 4 to 5 divisions. Okay, uh, uh, the building or architecting the resume has I've divided the this overall session into few parts. Okay, the first part is building blocks. As you know, to build a building, bricks are the building blocks, and cells are the building blocks for a human body. In the same way, to build a resume, there are some building blocks. Okay, I have called these as building blocks. Okay, so the first comes your name. Okay, so the name will be on the top of the resume. Okay, and the next building block is contact information. So when I say contact information, it includes your email ID and phone number. Okay, those are very important building blocks, because with the contact information, the interviewers can contact you. Without that, they'll not be able to contact you. Okay, please ensure that you have those like contact information on your resume. Okay. The next building block is title. Okay, when I say title, it can be your designation in your current company, or it can be your skill set on which you're working. Okay, if you're an experienced guy, you can write your title as software engineer, or IT analyst, or a system engineer, as per your designation, or else you can write your skill sets on which you're working. For example, if you're a Java developer, you can write it as a Java developer, or a .NET developer, or a network engineer. It goes like that. And as you're a fresher, you don't have any titles there, but yes, you can even write title as fresher, but I don't think so fresher it looks impactful. So instead of writing fresher as title, you can write a skill set on which you are interested in. For example, if you're interested in Java, you can write it as a aspiring Java developer, or if you are interested in machine learning, you can write it as aspiring machine engineer. Okay, so it looks good when it comes to the presentation of the resume. Okay, so title is very important. Okay, so the catchy title, okay, is very significant. Okay, please don't write just as a fresher or looking for a job. Don't write these kind of uh, uh, words. Okay, so your title should be catchy. Okay, should not be boring. All right, just give a minute. So the next building block is summary. Summary Summary is nothing but the highlights. Okay, it's the highlight of your education. It's the highlight of your uh, employment, and it's the highlight of your skill sets. So I believe most of you are freshers, so you are about to attend your interviews, and you are about to start your first job. In that case, it should include the summary should include your education, and then it should include your skill sets, the skill sets on which you have completed your projects, final year projects. Okay, and then it should the summary can also include your unique skills, or your uh, plus points, or okay, don't write the points there. You can write your capabilities, okay, unique capabilities, or I can say strengths. Okay, so keep in mind, summary is nothing but is the highlight of your profile. Okay, the next comes skill set. Skill set is a set of skills on in which you are uh, expert in. Okay, the skill set starts, it can start from your Microsoft Office, Microsoft Office, and operating system expert, and also it can include your programming capabilities. Okay, so if you're a Java, for example, okay, so Java, machine learning, networking, okay, Salesforce, tester. If you're interested in testing, just write your testing skills there. Okay, so ensure that the skills in which you are interested in are there in the skill set column of your resume. Please don't write the skills which you don't know. Okay, so chances are there if the interviewer asks you some of the questions based on the skill sets which you don't know but you have mentioned in the resume, then you will be in trouble. Please ensure that you mention only and only what you know uh, about the skill sets. Okay, don't write anything other than the information you know. Okay, so please ensure that you write
Hello?
whatever you know on the resume. The next building block
Yeah, yeah,
comes
yeah.
is education. Okay,
Aditi, right?
education,
Yeah, just open out
it
the
starts from your 10th, 12th, and your graduation. Okay, so you can start writing these education thing in a reverse chronological order. Okay, in that case, your graduation comes first, then your 12th, and then uh, your 10th. Okay, so if you're work like if you're an experienced guy, you can write your work experience. Okay, and then it comes passion. Okay, passion means it includes extracurricular activities. For example, any of the fests or symposiums you have attended, or any of the presentations, or your uh, certifications you have applied, or you have already gained the certifications. You can write those things in the passion column. Okay, so as you are a freshers, I believe you are freshers, so work experience is not required for you. You can mention your projects. Okay, uh, but having said that, you need to mention the roles and responsibilities, your roles and responsibilities in those projects, and what contribution you have made to those projects. That is very important. Please highlight, okay, your contributions. It's very important. Whichever skills you have used, okay, that thing also you can write. I hope everyone got to know about the building blocks. Right? Please, brief introduction on these building blocks again. Okay, as I said, it's name, contact info, title, summary, skill set, education, work experience. Okay, passion. When I say passion, it's extracurricular activities. Okay, these are the building blocks of your resume. Okay, so please keep in mind, or else you can take a picture or a photo of this uh, uh, slide. Okay, I'll go with the next slide, that is designing your resume. Okay. So designing your resume is nothing but, okay, uh, it's decorating of your resume. Okay. Okay, decorating. One second. Designing the resume is nothing but decorating your resume. So you got to know about the building blocks now. So uh, the next, once again, I'm got a call. I'm getting a call from Mysore again. Yes, Mysore. Now it's visible. Is it visible now? One second. One second. So designing the resume is nothing but, as I said, it's a decorating the resume. So now you got to know about the building blocks. The next step is to place the building blocks in the right position. Okay. uh, and then font. Okay, which font you need to use for your resume. Okay, so I suggest you to use Arial, Times New Roman, and Century Gothic as your uh, font. Okay, so font size is standard font size. You can use for headings, you can use bit higher uh, uh, font size, and for the description you can write, you can use little lesser font size than the heading. Okay, so font color, you can use decent colors. You can use black. If you want to use some colors, you can use some like blue pink, or any of your you can use black. Okay, so it's a standard color. Okay, uh, you can use blue, or I prefer blue in that. Okay. See, decorating the resume is very important, guys. Decorating or designing, see, the looks really matter. Okay, so whenever you go to bike showroom or car showroom, you will give preference to looks as well, right? The same way, while preparing, importance to looks as well. Okay, so only interviewers take only 6 to 7 seconds to scan your resume. They'll not read your resume in detail. Okay, so they'll not read your resume. They'll not read whole 2 to 3 pages. Okay, they have heaps of resume to read. Okay, so they'll not read your resume. They'll just scan their resume. They check what they want. They'll not check what you want. Okay, so if they want a guy with networking skills, okay, they see those skills in your resumes. If they want someone with CCNA certification, they'll see whether you have CCNA certification in your resume. Okay, they'll not see your name, your description, your, okay, your college name or whatever. Okay, they'll just see what they want. Okay, and if they want someone with uh, say 70% uh, percentile, so they'll just filter all the resumes, uh, and then they'll choose the 70% resumes alone. Okay, so please ensure that the skill sets are highlighted properly, and they are mentioned in a clear and uh, readable language. Okay, so your resume should be decent. Okay, it should not be filled with more information. Okay, unwanted information. It should have only highlights and very important information. Okay, all right. So designing the resume is very important. Okay, this was the next uh, division after the building block section. So I'll move to the next slide. So important things to remember: resume is a reflection of you. Resume reflects your skills, your personality, your education, your employment, your project details. Okay, it just reflects your own self. Okay. As I said, the average time spent looking at a CV is 5 to 7 seconds. Okay. So you need to impress the recruiter in these 5 to 7 seconds. Okay. So the whole your entire journey of your schooling, your degree, your professional career. right? It will be scanned only in 5 to 7 seconds. It's very important, guys. Please ensure that your resume looks very good. Okay, it should not be a normal resume like others. I want you to be extraordinary, guys, where you will showcase your skills in an impressive manner on your resume, so that you can choose your dream job with a great package. Uh, so when it comes to CV, looks really matter. I've already said about this. Okay, and then customize. CV should not be generic. It must be specific and targeted at an employer. See, CV should be modified frequently. Okay, modified in the sense, I'll just give one example so that you can easily understand. If Infosys is looking for a network engineer, okay, so if you see a job posting from Infosys company and job boards, any of the job boards, and you wanted to apply for that skill, if they're looking for a networking engineer, you need to see the job description, as in what they are looking for, which skills they're looking for in networking. Okay, are they looking for some certifications in networking? Okay, so all these details you need to check. Are they looking for someone with good knowledge on hardware and networking, as in technical support? Okay, so you just need to see the job description first, and then according to the job description, you need to craft your resume. Okay, so uh, so see, as a fresher, you will be knowing programming languages as well. You will be knowing networking skills as well. Okay, so when you're applying for Infosys for a network engineering profile, so if you update your profile that you know Java, and if you update the resume with projects on Java, so it doesn't make sense for a networking engineer job description. So they'll see your resume with skills in networking. Okay, so they're not gonna do anything with your Java related skills. Okay, so as I said, they'll be looking what they want. Okay, so don't give your Java skills when you're applying for a networking engineer profile. Okay, so you need to craft your or modify your resume, updating your networking skills. You can update the Microsoft Office, or micro, like you can update saying that you know these many operating systems, and you need to update them that you have done networking course, or you can update that you know some concepts on networking. So I think you have some networking subject for CS and EC, so you have networking subjects as well. You need to update those skills in your resume when you're applying for a networking profile. When I say networking, it again includes many things. It includes administrators, Linux administrators, Unix administrators, technical support engineers. These are called as like this. It includes in the it comes in the infrastructure domain. Okay, so you need to craft your resume in that way. Okay, then chances of getting your first job will be very easy. Okay, see, most of the freshers, what they do when they're applying for that networking profile, they'll just send their resume with a, okay, they'll send their normal resume. Okay, saying, yeah sir, I'm a fresher, I'm looking for a job. Okay, so yeah, you're a fresher, you're looking for a job, but you don't have those skills which are required by the industry. Okay, so it's very important to modify your resume according to the job descriptions, what the industry want. Okay, so hundreds and thousands of resume comes in the Infosys inbox, saying that I'm applying for a job, fresher, fresher, right? So everyone think I have applied for Infosys. Okay, I've applied for some networking, some job, but I didn't get a call back, right? So, but someone who has updated resume according to the job description, according to the skills what the employer is asking, then the chances of getting hired is high. Okay, so this please keep in mind. You need to customize your resume as many times as possible for each employer. You need to target that employer. You need to shoot that employer with your uh, extraordinary resume, so that the employer will be in love with your resume, and he will definitely choose you for his opening. See, guys, one thing I wanted to clear you. Uh, Companies want candidates. Okay, so companies will be behind candidates. They want to fill their positions. Okay? It's not that they'll give you job or they're doing some charity for you. It's not like that. They want candidates. They'll definitely take you if you have that skill. What they want. If you don't have those skills, they'll never take you, and you'll keep on applying for hundreds of jobs. Still, you will be jobless. Okay, so please target the employers based on their ask. Okay, I'll give one more example. If Accenture is looking for a Java developer, okay, with OOPS concepts, with C++ as a basic programming language, okay, so please, in that scenario, you need to update your resume or modify your resume, updating your programming skill sets. Okay, you can mention that you're expert in C. You can mention your projects related to C, and you can mention that you are good in OOPS concepts. Okay, OOPS concepts comes in C also, it comes in Java also. Okay, so you can tell them that you are good in object oriented programming, OOPS concepts. Okay, and then you can mention the projects on in which you have used Java tools. Okay, and it's very important that to mention what are the roles and responsibilities, your roles and responsibilities in that particular project. Okay, so mention that you are a team player, and you were the key team member in that particular project. Okay, so to you need to use some of the adjectives while writing your resume. So words like I have initiated, I have participated, or I have accomplished, I have achieved. See, these are the words or the adjectives which you can use. Okay, I have uh, 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 managed a team. Okay, so managed is the adjective there. So or a verb. Okay, use those kind of proactive verbs where through which the interviewers will get attracted, and it will highlight your roles and responsibilities, and it will highlight your capabilities, and it will take you out of the crowd. Okay, please ensure that your resume looks very nice, and then it looks it has the skills what the interviewer asks. Okay, this is very important. I think everyone are with me, right, guys? Great. So I think it's getting interesting. It's not boring, right? Please don't take this session as a boring session. It's not a normal subject you're taking. It's very important, guys. Even if you don't have technical skills, portraying yourself in front of the interviewers is very important. Okay, even if you score less in your academics is fine, but having the right resume, a resume which looks extraordinary and outstanding is very, 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 very important. Okay, so have a please be the architect of your own resume. Okay, and one more point I need to cover here. You need to be while building your resume, please ensure that there are more white space in your resume. Okay, don't dump your resume with the more information, and with the so that no one can read that. Okay, the resume look should have some highlights. Okay, it should be very to the point. Okay, and it should not be dumped with more information, so that the interviewer gets bored to read all those lines. Okay, it should be targeted at the employer in a right way. Okay, so they should feel love on your resume. Okay, so after seeing your resume, they should feel that I should take that resume and that I should hire that candidate. Okay, it's the same way when you go to a car showroom and the car looks very luxurious. Okay, you it feels in your mind that I need to own that car. The same way, your resume should also sell yourself, and it should portray your extraordinary skills. See, everyone are unique and everyone are extraordinary actually. Okay, not everyone are same, not skills of not everyone's skills are similar, and see, everyone are extraordinary in their own way. Okay, so please please ensure to look into yourself and try to try to know yourself first, whether you're interested in programming skills, whether you're interested in infrastructure skills, whether you're interested in management skills. Okay, so in after knowing yourself, you can you'll come and you'll be able to understand in which areas you are good at. Okay, so according to that, you please start applying the jobs. Okay, don't just blindly apply jobs for each and every job posting, and then if you're interested in machine learning, it's no point in going for a Java job. Okay, see, I think in your engineering course, you will learn everything from scratch. You'll start from physics, mathematics, okay, chemistry, and you'll start with civil. You'll end, like, and then once you start your come into the core job, core branch, you'll start from scratch how the computers run, how the computers are built inside. So these are also important, uh, just to get your grades or to get a degree certificate. But the thing is that when you comes to an industry, there you start with specific skills. Okay, for example, if someone starts with their career with a machine learning skill, their whole life will go into machine learning. Okay, so if someone starts as a Java developer, the whole life will go into Java development. Only thing is that he'll be the Java developer will, or someone with a specific skill will keep on upgrading their skill sets as and when they need, or new skills come into the market. But the thing is that it goes the skill set will be the same for at least some 5 to 6 years, and then they can change their skill sets related to their skill sets, whatever they have worked for 5 to 6 years. But you can't change the skill set completely from one domain to another domain. So please ensure that you need to you need to choose a skill properly, the skill which you are interested in. Okay, it's very important. Okay, so I'll come back to this important things again. Okay, so so I was in customize. Okay, I was telling about customizing your resume. Okay, CV should be not be generic. It should not be a normal resume as a fresher. Like, see, I'll tell you just one example how a fresher resume looks like. Okay, it starts with their name and a big box telling about their college, their percentage, their year of passing, their 10th, their hometown address, their father's name, their others name, their hobbies. Okay, in hobbies column, it's very horrible thing. Like, just like reading books, listening to music, reading newspapers. Okay, traveling, dancing. Okay, these are all important but not mandatory. Okay, these are not mandatory. Okay, so your resume should not be generic. Okay, so in normal resume, they'll write about Microsoft Office. I know PowerPoint, I know Word, I know Excel. These are all kind of boring and normal, like ordinary resumes which a fresher has. But as even as a fresher, you need to have extraordinary resume to attract the employers. Okay, so employers should not choose you. You need to choose the employers. You need to choose your dream company. You need to choose your skill. Okay, so you need to tell them in which skills you want to do the project. Okay, choose those projects and start your career. Okay, so customization is very important. So CV should be a maximum of 2 pages. So nowadays single page resumes are in trend. Okay, as I said, it should the CV should not be uh, what you can say, dumped with more information. It should be to the point. So I suggest you to have at least 1 or 2 pages of max 2 pages of resumes. Okay, for as a fresher, I'm telling, like, 2 pages of resume are enough. Okay, so 3 pages resume, if someone has some 10 20 years of experience, they need to have write more about their professional career. Then it's a descriptive one. They can use 3 pages resume. But as a fresher, I think 2 pages resume is enough. Okay, mention your education and work experience details in reverse chronological order. I've already said about this. Okay, your latest thing should come in first. Okay, your graduation should come in the first, and then 10, and then 12th, and then 10th. Okay, same way it comes where if you have work experience, you can start with your latest company, recent company, then you can write your previous company details. Okay, okay, I'll move with the next slide. It also includes important things to remember. proofread several times. You must be very detailed oriented. Okay, so ensure that your resume doesn't have any grammatical errors. It doesn't have any uh, what you can say spelling mistakes. Double check your spelling, punctuation, and word choice. Okay, as I said, word choice, it includes the adjectives, the words which you use while writing a resume. Make sure your dates, employments, and education are correct. Okay? So employment date and education passing out year should be correct on your resume. You use proactive action verbs. Develop. I just said that about it. Developed, implemented, directed, supervised, created, invented, facilitated, initiated, etc. These kind of adjectives will tell about your capabilities more, and they'll describe your personality and your capabilities in a nice way. Better to avoid objective and declaration section. They are not mandatory. Okay, as I said, like an ordinary resume has objective in the first and foremost column. It has objective, right? So objective is you can write about your objective. Okay, for example, objective includes aspiring engineer looking forward to grow myself and build a company where my skills are utilized to a larger extent. So see, like as I said, companies are not looking for what you want. Okay, they are not looking for the way you want to go your career. They just want what they want, right? So please, objective section uh, is important but not mandatory. You can write it, but please ensure that it's not a normal way of writing. Okay, so it should not be a generic one. Okay, write it as a something unique in that objective. And declaration in the last end, and after writing everything in the end, you write, I declare that the above information is right. Okay, these are all old age resumes, traditional resumes. Okay, so declaring yourself as above everything is correct is not, it's not mandatory. Okay, these are all old, as I said, it's old traditional resumes. Okay, you can write them but not mandatory. Nowadays there is a trend of one page resume, and those one page resume or two page resume don't have this objective and declaration section. The sections start with the building blocks, what I said, the summary. Okay, it comes with a skill set, right? So all the your employment and work details, and starts with ends with a passion. Okay, so once you are done with your uh, uh, decoration and designing of your resume, now it's time to launching your resume. Okay, so you have your ready-made and extraordinary and tailored resume with you, the colorful resume uh, with all your skill sets. Okay, you have that resume in your hand. So now it's time to launch your resume. In order to launch your resume, there are multiple platforms where you can launch your resume. It starts with campus placements, job boards, Naukri. Job boards includes Naukri.com, Monster.com, Shine, Time Jobs, Indeed, etc. Then comes walk-in drives, and then referrals, career section of company websites, LinkedIn, Facebook, and WhatsApp groups. And then you should be aware of fake job consultants. Okay. So when it comes to campus placements, I think your college has uh, uh, placement facilities, or your college might have uh, placement cell where they call a number of companies to walk into your college and hire some of the candidates, right? So uh, just see uh, before attending campus placements, you should understand what kind of company it is and what kind of candidates they are looking for. According to that, you can be prepared. Okay. And the next is job boards: Naukri, Monster, Shine, Time Jobs, Indeed, etc. Guys, job boards are very, very, very important. Please underline it. Job boards are very important. Now in that, Naukri is very, very, very important nowadays. Monster, Shine, Time Job, these are all not that much efficient, but Naukri.com is the widest used job board in the market. Okay, so almost all the candidates are there in Naukri, and almost all the job postings are done on Naukri. Okay, Naukri, even almost all the companies have their candidate login, Naukri login. Okay, they pay lakhs together, crores together for Naukri.com and get the database of candidates. Okay, it's not free, or it's not just the other one more job site. Okay, Naukri is very important. Naukri.com, the employers pay amount of uh, a huge amount to get access to Naukri, because in Naukri we can get starting from freshers to top executive level candidates. Okay, so even the more number of candidates we get from Naukri itself. Okay, so even see, like, for as a fresher, you don't know about Naukri or Monster or Shine, how much it is important. You just think that it's one more job site. I've updated my resume on Naukri and just you leave it like that. It's not like that. Don't do that. So you need to be active on Naukri.com. As soon as you update your resume on Naukri.com, you need to open it every day, see the job postings, see whatever whichever uh, job postings are made recently, and start applying your to those jobs. Okay, and you need to be active. Okay, when we, as a recruiter, even I worked in recruitment space for 7 to 8 years. Okay, I was a recruiter in STS International. I worked for Equifax Analytics and other consulting firms. Okay, I have used Naukri. Even now I have used Naukri to find candidates. If we give just search, like if I want a data scientist, I give search as data scientist. Okay, if I want someone with 5 to 7 years of experience, I write 5 to 7 from Bangalore or Hyderabad, and then I'll give search, and I'll just there is an option for active, last active. Okay, so I'll just choose last active in 30 days. I'll just get the candidates who are active in last 30 days. So it's important for you to be active. It should not be like I've updated no and Naukri in last 6 months back. So then you know you'll not get any job calls, interview calls. Okay, you need to be active. Okay, because employers look for active candidates. Okay, so if you are active last 6 months or 1 year back, it says that you are not looking for a job actively. Okay, so if you are active, then the employers come to know that it's understood that you are actively looking for a job, and you're we can contact you. Okay, so Naukri is very important. You can update your profiles on Monster, Shine, Times, Indeed, etc. I'm not saying those are not important, but Naukri is very efficient one. Next comes walk-in drives. So as I said, you can apply your jobs on Naukri.com. The same way, instead of applying on Naukri, or instead of applying on the job postings, what companies do is they'll ask the candidates to walk into their campus. Okay, so they'll also post a job. Okay, saying that you can walk into their campus at a particular time. Okay, and they'll also mention their contact details. Okay, you need to see those details, and you can take the printout of that, and then walk in to their campus and premises and give the interviews. Okay, please check what they're looking for and prepare yourself accordingly. Then you can walk in to their premises. And then referrals important role while applying for jobs. Okay, I think 50 to 60% of the workforce in any company is filled with referrals. Okay, if someone who is working in a company and he refers his friend for a job opening they have, then uh, chances of getting hired is high. Okay, so it's not like I have referred someone and they'll just take the candidate without an interview. It's not like that. No company will take a candidate without any interview. Okay, it's not like someone has referred him and we need to take him without an interview. Even referral candidates will have an interview, but chances of they'll give priority to the referral candidates than the walk-in candidates or other candidates who are applying from other platforms. Okay. So then comes career section of company websites. All the company websites have uh, their own career section in their websites. and then so they'll post their job openings in that career section. Okay, so you can look into it and you can search the jobs for which you're looking for, and then I can apply for it. Then comes LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional networking site where even it has a job posting section as well. There you can choose, look for the job postings and apply for it. You should have your LinkedIn profile as well as you have the Facebook profile. Facebook and WhatsApp groups. So Facebook and WhatsApp groups are very important. Again, you can. There are some of the consultancies which are fake in the market. If they are not genuine one, they'll just take some money from you. They'll get you registered and they'll promise you to get you a job. But see, guys, there are genuine consultancies which will help you to get a job, but they'll take their professional fees from the companies or the clients directly, not from your not from you. Okay, so they'll take uh, professional fees from the companies they hire for. Okay, please ensure no consultancy takes money or monetary benefits from a candidate. Okay, please don't pay anyone a huge amount and get cheated. Okay, this is all about launching your resume. Okay, so I'll just brief out, as I said, one page resume, two-page resume, three-page resume. So resumes, I prefer one page or two page. It's enough for you as a fresher. Okay, as I said, three-page resumes. It offers a wealth of information, risk adding fluff or other inconsequential material for the sake of greater length. So it's if you want to write your resume in brief, these three-page resumes too good.